Man, you know we going through the ringer here, but we're getting down to the nitty gritty and free agents and names like Darius and Trendon Watford and Jetty Osman of all people are starting to sound really, really trendy. Yeah, here we are. Here we are. So let's dig into the remaining free agents that might entice the Cavaliers enough to make an offer, right? Let's start with none other than Gary Trent Jr., who is still out there. He's still available. It's been reported that he may not be offered mid-level money, so you could probably get him on the cheap. We know that he can shoot. We know that he can defend. We know that he is still just 25 years old, and maybe he'll look to sign a cheap 1 to 2 year prove it type of deal. That could potentially be a name out there for the Cavs. Another name is the aforementioned Darius, who appeared with the Golden State Warriors last season, where he put up averages of 8 points, 4.4 boards, and knocked down over 37.6% of his triples on decent volume at 3.1 attempts per game over the course of 17 minutes per game. Now, here's the thing. With Darius, I continue to ride by my statement suggesting that we bring him in to man the backup 4 or 5 position. A lot of people seem to be opposed to that, but man, beggars can't be choosers. This is the point where we're at in this fucking offseason. We have yet to bring in anybody at all as of recording this, and we know one of our biggest needs of all right now is that third big. That's assuming you're not moving off of Jarrett Allen. We all know that he could be on the move. It is widely regarded that he is one of our biggest trade chips, one of our biggest assets at the moment in time without having any real draft capital. But I'm going to err on the side of the front court remaining the same. I think Jarrett and Evan are going to be the starting front court heading into the 2024-25 season. We'll have to see, but based upon what Kenny Atkinson said in his introductory presser, I have no reason to believe otherwise. So adding that third big is even more key now because you need to add floor spacing. And Darius, that is the name of his game. That's also another reason why I like Trendon Watford as a possible option. I know he is an RFA, but he can shoot the ball reasonably well. He's shown that skill set. He's versatile enough to play the 4 and the 5. You can play him at the 3, I suppose, if you need be. These are names that I tend to covet a little bit more than most just because of that floor stretching ability. Elsewhere, if you're looking for a bigger wing, a bigger 3 that could play some minutes at the 4, you're looking at names like Robert Covington, who shot just 33% from distance last season, but he is still fully capable of guarding up to 3 positions, and he's probably going to be around that mid-level money, if not at this point, some veteran minimum money. I mean, that's probably the best that he could hope for at this point in time. The biggest overall caveat with Robert Covington, roll call, as we have all heard him be called now and again, is health. He has barely been healthy these last 3 seasons. And the Cavaliers, their struggles with health, he would fit right in. Jetty Osman, former Cavalier, he's still hanging out there in unrestricted free agency. He's coming off a season in San Antonio where he averaged just 6.8 points, but he can still shoot the 3 ball with the best of them, knocking down over 38.9% of his triples this past season. His second straight season knocking down 37% or better. And I think that he could work very, very well in the Kenny Atkinson offense where there's a lot of motion. He would be coming off screen, shooting like that, cutting, getting on the move. Stuff that Jetty Osman has proven in the past to be able to do very, very well. You look at a potential Gordon Hayward signing. He's still out there. He can play the 3. He can play the 4. He's one of those guys that fits that mold. In time between Charlotte and OKC, he did shoot over 40% at 41.1%. Albeit on low volume, but still, he would fit that mold. Saddiq Bey, as I've said time and time again since releasing a couple of these videos in a row, he's still out there. He's a buy low candidate, but the ACL injury means that he's likely to miss the bulk, if not all, of the 2024-25 regular season. So anybody who has Bey on their top free agent list, just keep that caveat in mind. And maybe he's superhuman. Maybe he'll pull a Terrell Owens on us or something like that and come back much, much earlier than expected. But I wouldn't. But it's saying that he could be back for the postseason, for the playoffs, for the Cavs if they took a low risk, high reward signing on him. Because if he can, it might bode well for the future. He has the size. He has shown potential as a 3-and-D wing out there. But he's coming off of mostly I would say a pretty disappointing season with Atlanta. So keep that in the back of your mind. Doug McDermott is still out there. He is a reliable sharpshooter who has shot over 41% from distance over the course of his long career now. Seems like that dude has been in the league forever. And then we get to Simon Fontecchio. I look at what Simon Fontecchio has done on paper, and I mean, this is no slight against him at all. He's averaged 10.5 points, 3.7 boards, and 1.5 assists this past season while shooting 40.1% from three-point distance in the 2023-24 on a very respectable 5.1 attempts per game. But this is the point where we're at, right? We're hoping that the Cavaliers can latch on to somebody, and the troublesome part about Simon is that he is an RFA, very similar to Trendon Watford, meaning Detroit retains the right to match any offer thrown his way. Now, what they would be comfortable losing him for beats me. I don't know. But Simon at 6'8", being able to shoot so well, he definitely would check some boxes. Is he starting small forward material? I don't think so, but he would certainly play a very, very good role here. He has the size, he has the shooting ability. It's coming on good enough volume to suggest that it could carry over into the postseason. That's where we're at. That is where we're at with these free agents. If you're looking at the point guard market, Tyus Jones is still out there. He's probably the best quality backup point. He really can honestly start on a number of teams. But on a Cavaliers team that has so much guard depth, I'm just not certain that it would make sense to spend any of your MLE on that position group when you need a bigger 3-4, when you need a backup big. I just don't think it makes sense. But if the Cavaliers strike out on some of the better names at those positions, okay, why not? Why not take a shot on them? That's really all we got right now. I mean, unless you're entertaining going the traditional center route, you still have players like Tristan Thompson. He's still out there in the ether. You still have Daniel Tice, Rashawn Holmes. These guys are still very much available. But I think at this point in time, the Cavaliers are going to look to add more of a shooting presence at that third big spot. Time will tell. As always, tell you guys, if you'd like to reach out to me, you know how you can. It's Cavalier_pod on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and more. If you want to support the podcast in a small but helpful way, consider signing up to becoming a member over on Patreon. The link will be in the description of this video. That being said, go Cavs.